I'm bad and bougie.
Like, I fucking hate you.
This dry streak might end, if that's what you're referring to.
This voice, and it says, I know you know I'm here. Why are you ignoring me?
Are you smelling burnt toast, sir?
I sure hope.
Yeah. Oh,
So-
that Chipotle.
There's no way you could speak to them dancing that hard and so passionately.
You know what? I really may regret this.
Hey everyone, what's going on? Welcome back to the I May Regret This podcast. Why'd you laugh menacingly like that?
Sorry.
No, I didn't. I just, yeah. Back in 2021. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo!
Woo!
Yeah.
Well, that's actually a goddamn lie and a sham. Because we're recording this in 2020. You fucking piece of shit.
All right, let's restart.
Okay.
No, you ruined that.
Yeah.
Obviously, right?
I know, because you meant we're uploading it in 21. That's
Yeah.
whoa, that's actually crazy. So that last episode was the last one we were going to upload in 2020.
Wow, yeah.
Sorry, you're hosting, and I completely just hijacked your introduction. Go ahead.
You
man.
did.
Go
I
ahead.
was actually going to introduce you as my master.
So
And I was going to do all that, but
now I'm glad I cut you off. Now I'm happy about that.
why? Because you're my subordinate? Yeah, I guess you're right.
You said I was your master. You just said I was going to be your master.
Yeah, but you
And I
said
am
good thing
your
I cut you
master.
off.
I am your master.
So then why'd you say good thing
And I'm going to
before
actually have to
when
ask
you
you
cut
to
me off?
silence, please. Master's in session.
That doesn't even make any sense. The master's in session.
I've never done this before. I'm nervous.
All right, well, building off our last episode from 2020, we talked about a question
Yeah.
that we got from a listener, and it was a guy, right? For sure.
Yeah, it was a guy, and he was talking about Morse Code dating, essentially, asking a girl out using Morse Code.
Yeah, and he was asking, was that a good idea?
Right.
And that sparked another listener message response, which I actually didn't really get to read or hear about or anything. So let's see, you've got it with you?
Yeah, I do. So I found it interesting because I think, just to recap, we're not going to go in depth. You can just go listen to the fucking episode yourself if you haven't heard it, for Christ's sake.
Jesus.
But a quick
Relax.
sum up.
Master, relax.
A quick sum up is that this guy has kind of been talking to this girl. They're just friends, and they send each other like funny videos. He sent her like a Morse code tutorial, and he wasn't sure if she had seen it or not, but he wanted to ask her out in Morse code because his logic was, even if she doesn't know what I'm saying, I'd rather her be confused than say no to me. So my response was, God damn, that's terrible. Like, please at least know if she's, please at least know if she has watched the video.
For context, do you know this guy?
Yeah, I do. And I would
So you're saying it to his face, really?
I would tell him that to his face. Like, my duty as a friend in these situations, I feel like, is to not tell you what you want to hear, but tell you what I truly think is best for you. And in my opinion, like, what's best for you is to first at least know if she's seen the tutorial. If so, go for it. Kind of cute. If not, like, just ask normally, because I promise you, as bad as hearing no might sound to you right now, at least you'll have a definite answer, a closure, whatever. Like, you'll have an actual, outcome that you can draw from that, as opposed to, I don't know what you just said.
I had a much more soft answer than that, which I do think wasn't wrong. Mm-hmm. And I wonder if, this, whatever we're about to read now, is going to confirm or deny that. Yeah,
because, so again, that's just my context. Opened my eyes because it was just a completely different perspective I never even really considered. So, the listener sent in his response, and he said, hey, I thought I could share a piece of advice or somewhat of a success story that you guys could maybe pass along in regards to the Morse Code questioner.
Wow. Do we want an anonymous name?
I asked him. He said you can share my name, but it's not like it adds much to the story, so I figured whatever. I just won't say it.
But I want to think of a name. Okay.
You said you know this guy, right? Because
Yeah.
I don't know him. Yeah. Okay. So.
Wait, what?
What?
I said, well, I wanted to think of a name.
Oh, for...
And then you just said his actual name.
I thought, because you know, you told me you never read the message. I thought it was to the point where you didn't even know who sent it.
No,
So I thought
I
that's
knew
what
who sent it.
Fuck.
I thought you were trying to, like, you forgot his name and you were trying to think of a random name
Alright.
and said, yeah.
Oh, so around 4:30, I guess we'll bleep that. Daniel, give me a name for your
Ass. How about? Oh, no, I was about to
friend. You're about to say
insult
how
you.
about ass.
Yeah, but I don't
He
want.
did nothing wrong.
Yeah, he didn't. He doesn't deserve that. Let's call him Jenkins. Why is there silence? Why can't you just be okay with with whatever I say?
You said Jenkins, and I heard you like slightly giggle to yourself after you.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you were
No, I
like,
didn't.
how about Jenkins? You did that.
No,
you know?
I didn't.
Yes, when you listen back to it,
Move on, dude.
you're editing this
His name is
episode, so
Jenkins.
mental note for yourself. Listen to that, and you'll hear.
I'm
it.
not mentally noting that. All right. What is the question, man?
Sorry,
or not even the question. What is what was the input?
Just trying to open my
From
beer over
Jenkins.
here, and it's just kind of struggling a little bit. You know what? I'll open the beer after. Okay. So, he said, I actually did something vaguely similar before asking out my now girlfriend of 9 months. Here's what I did with a little backstory. I had been texting a good friend regularly for a long time and had decided that I wanted to ask her to be my girlfriend. As a naturally anxious person, the thought of asking her out and potentially ruining our friendship made me nervous. But is still what I wanted to do regardless. Here's how I did it. A couple of days before asking her out, I sent her a video of some music in which there is a short snippet of the song "I Wanna Be Your Girlfriend." Oh, I think I know that song.
That's a song. Oh, I mean, I'm sure it's a song, but like that's a popular song.
I guess.
Oh.
He said it as if it's popular, so now I'm really starting to feel like a lame because I'm drawing a blank.
Well, you
Anyways,
are
the
a
song's
lame
called "I Want to Be Your."
Master.
Anyways, yeah, short. He sent her a song, and that's that's a big parallel to that question because in that question he said, yeah, we sent each other videos and stuff like that too. Going on, he said, we regularly shared music with one another, so it came off as natural. Oh, I just took that in. That's a pretty bold move. He sent her a question, or he sent her a song, and the name of the song is "I Want to Be Your Girlfriend." Oh, I guess yeah, okay.
I don't know why, but I'm like stumped by this. I'm trying to picture how I would react in the others, in her shoes, and I don't know. I'm having trouble picturing.
Well,
it.
I thought it was a bold move because the song was like, "I want to be your boyfriend," but it's "I want to be your girlfriend." Now I'm just confusing myself, so let me continue.
Oh,
We regularly shared music with one another, so it came off as natural, but I wanted to make sure she got the hint. I was trying to send this to her and tell her that there was a special message for her in the video. 2 days later, I asked her to be my girlfriend, and we officially became a couple. Here's why I think the strategy was
Heyo.
helpful to me. It gave her a heads up that I was planning on asking her out. It also set in motion what I would probably be too nervous to do spontaneously. So this is what my advice would be to the Morse Code questioner. So Morse Code questioner, if you're listening, open your goddamn ears, because yeah, that's right. You got a second, a third, a fourth opinion in the second consecutive episode.
yeah.
Send her
shit.
the Morse Code message.
and his name was.
John Cena! Da, 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 da.
Really, man? Really, master?
Stop that. So this is what my advice would be to the Morse Code questioner. Send her the Morse Code message, but not to ask her out. Oh, interesting. So send her the Morse Code message, but don't do it with the intention of asking her out, is essentially what he's saying. Just give her the hint that you like her and want to ask her out. Then ask her out for real the next day or in the next couple of days. I think the strategy could be helpful to people like me who get a lot of anxiety about these kinds of things. Or maybe this is a shit idea and I got lucky. Who knows? Anyways, keep up the good work on the podcast, ya bozos. Love ya. Sorry for calling you bozos. Oh, no, that's okay. You don't have to call Charles. We know we're bozos. That's quite all right. That is
You are? I'm not a fucking bozo.
As your master, you're a bozo.
As your bozo.
You're
What?
not my bozo, man.
Here's what I'm thinking. I'm actually kind of, I think it's great that, like, we got a response like this, because, like I said, the Sid advice is probably right, but I don't think it would actually be taken. You know? which is just like, yo, just fucking be bold and be like, hey, I want to fuck you.
Right.
That's basically what I got
No,
from what he was
I
saying.
didn't. I don't think Sid's advice was right, actually. I thought you and I were closer to correct than. At the end of the day, it's opinions, but like,
I mean, yeah,
Sid's
it's
advice
opinions. Either
is
way,
very, very
his point was
tailored to,
be
like,
very, like, just be bold and upfront about your intentions.
exactly.
which I
And
think
based on the
good.
question, it just doesn't seem like that's the type of guy that this person is.
Yeah. So what I'm saying, like, this is great because it comes from someone else who, like, also came from, like, an anxious place and it isn't, like, bold like that.
Right. They're in very
You know?
very similar shoes and
But
situations.
The thing I'm confused about is, like, I don't really get why that helped, to be honest. Because it's, to me, like, if maybe just the fact that asking someone straight up is kind of uncomfortable versus, like, not actually saying it, but telling them in a different way is less uncomfortable.
Well,
And then it makes it easier to actually say.
Are
Well, I
you
guess, like, the cool thing is that he actually just asked her in the end.
yes.
Right?
Yes. Yeah.
It wasn't like he just sent her the video and then waited for her to be like, yes, I will.
Right, right. So the reason I liked this is because it took it from a completely different perspective that none of us even looked at. And that's the fact that we were all like, okay, should you either ask her out in the Morse code or ask her out in Morse code or not? Like, that's the only way we tackled it. He applied his own situation and said, don't even do that. Like, don't even consider the Morse code as the time where you ask her out. Send her the Morse code as just a fun little gimmick and pass along a hint. But don't make that the ask out situation. Ask her out a couple days later. And that's a perspective we never looked at. Like, the Morse code
Yeah,
doesn't have
that's-
to be the fucking end game. And I
That's
actually,
interesting. Staggered approach.
in this particular situation, I like that more because the whole issue that I had in the last episode is she may have not even watched the video. In this case, even if she hasn't, it's fine. It's not like this was the official ask out. It was just a cute little thing and maybe a hint. No, not maybe. You would drop a hint in it. If she hasn't seen the video, that's fine. And if she has, cool. Well, now you just made a cute little thing out of this thing that you two share. Now she kind of has an idea and the question asker, like, what was the name you gave him? Jermaine? Jacobs?
Jenkins, dude.
Jenkins. Like Jenkins said, you might be anxious about asking someone out, but with this little hint, you just kind of set that whole process in motion and maybe quelled some of your own fears by just seeing how the hint went. So I actually really like that. And then if it went well, you ask her out. Even if you don't feel like it went particularly well, I say still ask her out a day or two later and see how it goes. I thought it was a very interesting perspective.
Yeah, that was dope. Thanks for submitting that. That was cool. I'm still kind of perplexed though, to be honest. I don't know how I'd react if I got something like that. Like, how do you hint? I mean, I get the video, but
The music video is good.
it's almost
How would you hint in Morse code without directly how do you do that?
yeah. You have to be like ambiguous, but also be flirty, I guess. Or...
Yeah. What? I guess it really does depend on the type of friendship you've had. If you guys have been good friends, but you've already kind of dropped like flirty, maybe flirty comments back and forth. It doesn't have to be anything like extremely flirty, but just kind of. Then you could just kind of mix that in. But if you never even really approach that territory, I guess I'm sure with time we could figure it out.
Yeah. The other interesting thing is that I don't remember what the Morse code guy was asking, but it's different asking someone out versus asking them to be your girlfriend. Because that's what this submitter just did.
I don't
He, like,
remember what he was
it was a
trying to do.
longtime friend, and they must have been whatever, talking, hanging out, doing whatever. And
Close
then
enough, yeah,
he
to
wanted
the
to
point.
ask,
Right.
let's do more.
Good point.
But like the other guy might have just been like, I just want to go out.
Right. Okay.
that's
good point.
different.
Never considered that.
I feel like I'm just adding more complexity and like not coming up with a solution, but whatever. You know what? This guy got 4 answers, so
Yeah.
I'm sure he can do something with that.
Do what you can with that, and again, follow up. And also to anyone who's listening, if you're ever in a situation where you hear us answer a question and exactly like Jenkins, is that the name?
Yeah.
Exactly like Jenkins, if you feel like you had a perspective that you can personally relate to, or just a perspective in general that you thought of that you feel like we didn't even remotely approach. We both loved the fact that we got those messages. That was awesome to us. Like that was a first.
That was awesome to
for
us for that.
People want to continue to do that in the future, and like, so this person DM'd it to us after hearing the episode on Instagram, imrt.podcast. We would absolutely love if people wanted to make a habit out of that, because that's awesome.
And
at
if
the end of the day, it
people
just gives more perspective.
agreed with our advice, you know, let us know. And if they disagreed, then they keep it to yourself. Actually,
Oh my
Because why do you need to, I don't need that negative shit in my life.
It's so hard for you to grasp the concept.
Concept?
Hey, I'm Concept, by the way. Pleasure to meet you.
Oh, we almost got away with it. That's actually why I wanted to host this episode.
Piece of shit.
Piece of shit. That's you. That's
Well,
what
you know
sounded
what?
like.
Hey, by the
What?
way, before we get to the next question, first of all, once again, thank you, Jenkins, Morse Code question. Morse Code person. Hope this helped. You never answered my question. How does it feel that last episode, like that was our last upload of 2020? How does it feel that this is our first episode of 2021? That's kind of fucking crazy, no?
It's kind of fucking awesome. I've actually been like, I don't know, today I was in a mood for some reason. But yeah, in the past, this little holiday season, I've kind of just been sitting back and kind of just been like, shit, I actually did a lot this year.
Yeah.
And kind of just for once giving myself credit for that type of shit, because I really don't naturally do that. But yeah, I kind of did a lot. And I'm very grateful too. I'm not saying like, oh, I'm a fucking beast. Like, holy shit, a lot of things just work themselves out.
Right.
Not without a lack of effort, of course, but yeah, I mean, we literally made a podcast. That was the first of many. What's it called when it's an idea you have that you don't think is going to come to fruition? What's that thing? I really wish we weren't recording a podcast right now, so that didn't look dumb right there.
I don't know what word you're trying to think.
Okay, no, it's fine. Let's move past it.
Okay,
Let's move
okay.
past it.
Okay.
But yeah, anyways, I like, and this podcast has been exactly what I want it to be, which I've already been using for that. It's just a time capsule of us and myself over time, and I was just listening the other day to our episode when we had just gotten over that weird COVID scare, and I had made the decision that I wanted to move out, and I was saying like, yeah, and I got this place in Bluerdale Village and blah blah blah, and I totally did not move there.
Right.
And yeah, it's crazy. Like, I have a completely different like, my day is completely different, and I feel like a different person since then. And it's just cool to see, you know, progression in my life and be able to go back and be like, damn, I was doing all this shit. And
Yeah.
I'm a very nostalgic as I get older, I'm very like a nostalgic sad man,
Right.
old man.
Right. Old?
Well, I guess this is better any time than ever. 2021, I will be turning 40 actually.
Fuck is happening?
Yeah.
You came to all of our college parties with us, dude.
Yeah. I was really just trying to kiss you.
Dude, you're 40. Back off. Yeah, it's awesome.
You always liked it.
It's awesome because there was truly a time where this podcast was just a ridiculous pipe dream, and it really
Pipe dream.
It really,
You knew that whole time, and you just let me sit there.
That's the words you were looking for? Because the way you described it was stupid, then. The pipe dream is what you were looking for. The way you described that was dumb. You said, what's it called when, like, you do, like, a thing and it's, like, a stepping stone or an accolade? Like, what? I don't... Like, you are so ass backwards sometimes. I'm serious, dude. If
So,
pipe dream is what you
anyways,
meant, you could have just said, hey, what's the
yeah.
thing for
I guess
a
I'm
dream
just grateful.
that seems really
I guess
fun?
I'm just grateful for like the podcast that we have and the time we spent together, and yeah, whatever that shit.
Don't say whatever that shit,
probably-
because obviously you're
yeah.
getting emotional about it.
So no, just like whatever. So you asked me. I mean, obviously it's courtesy. I gotta ask you, and then let's just wrap this shit up, right?
Wrap the shit. We haven't even answered.
I'm the host. I can do that.
I
And I'm also 40, so I'm your elder.
Way too elder, by the way. We're gonna have to talk about that.
And you're still my master.
What's
Continue.
What's pretty awesome actually is if you're listening to this, that means it's 2021 and you've seen our awesome new cover art. Bang bang. I was actually meant to be wearing sunglasses in those.
And whose fault is that?
Yours.
Let me give context to this picture.
I sent you the picture.
Because it may or may not. Actually, it may or may not. Can I finish? It may or may not look like Kunal's in that picture, and of course he's not. And I tried to tell him, you know, you got to get good lighting and make sure you're completely in the shot so that I could crop you in.
Which I did.
By which you did, you mean you cropped yourself out, and I said like, oh, do that same pose, but like get your whole body in it.
So here's
like
the
waist
problem,
high, so I
okay?
can play. No, I'm not done.
No, I'm not done.
No,
You know
I'm
what?
actually
Because
not done.
It's actually time I speak my goddamn mind. Okay?
I'm not done, dude. And then you proceed to send me 4 pictures with your elbow cut off in every single one.
No, not one of them.
And not only that, but the lighting is so bad. You're completely washed out. And I said, you know what? Like, bro, you got to send me more. And then you were like, oh, I already changed into my thing and showered. And I was like, you know what? Fine. I'm not going to wait for you. So then I did that. And I edited you in, and it looks awesome. But you look a little washed out.
Whose fault is it that I was already showered?
I would say it's Master's fault.
You took 20 minutes to respond. If I got a timely...
I was driving home, dude.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were driving
from
home.
Fucking
You didn't tell me.
Burlington, because I was moving.
You
we don't
did
need
not
to discuss that.
tell me that you were driving home. Now, had I...
Does that even matter?
Dude, because if you gave me quick feedback, like that's why I said, hey, how does this look? Let me know ASAP. So that way, before I changed and ate and took a shower, if I needed to retake some pictures, I could have. But no, you decided, let me put this guy on ice for 20 minutes and then fucking ask him after he's out of his
I am the
fucking
host,
clothes.
and I am the master, so I'm going to get the last word here, and then we're going to move on.
No.
And what ends the story is that I said, take a picture with good lighting and get your whole body into it.
Yeah.
And you took a picture with your body cut off and shit lighting and said, is this good?
So why don't I retake them?
I don't want to edit that shit again.
But it'll look
that
better.
took like 3 hours.
I can look like a pimp this time.
Well, you'll look better.
Yeah.
Well, I'll look the same, so.
Exactly. Isn't that worth it? Because then
Dude, I'm fucking 40, man. I'm the one that has to look cool.
You don't look 40, by the way. Like, what's your what's your
Thank
secret? No, it's not a
Honestly?
compliment. You don't look 40,
Honestly?
and you come to university parties with us.
I go through a bottle of lotion a day, honestly.
I'm sorry, that has to be unhealthy. A bottle of
serious?
lotion a day? Absolutely, I'm serious.
You think so?
I know so.
So, what are you most grateful for in 2020?
The money. I would say the money.
Fuck you.
What?
What money?
The
From
cash
podcast?
I've made from this podcast.
Yeah, we did make a lot.
Yeah.
We
No,
made a
you know what? I
lot.
would say the blessing of being able to spend the holidays with my family and my loved ones, and you know, the fact that I was just able to do another great semester of school and you know, keep my job and just have all these people in my life that I really really hold near and dear to my heart. How's that, you fucking piece of shit? Is that better than money?
Why? Why did I deserve that?
I guess you didn't. I guess we could, actually, you're the host. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm the host, and we're just not gonna say anything now.
No, we're not doing this. We're not doing this, okay? I will fall back into the role if I have to.
All right, we'll continue. After a quick 1 second of silence. All right, and
Unreal.
yeah, let's move.
I
on
didn't even
a
mean to
question.
honor it. I was trying to process what you said, and by the time I figured it out, the second of silence had
Of course, it's
passed.
too late. Of course. Okay, so here's the question I found online, and it was written so casually, I was kind of intrigued.
Mm-hmm.
And then it is kind of interesting. I just wonder what your quick thoughts are on it.
Okay.
So here's the question.
Don't care. Moving on. You asked for my thoughts. You got them. Truth is, if it's not my problem, I don't give a shit. Next question. Make this one about me.
Are you alright?
Of course. Oh,
Well,
fuck. Dude, I'm actually crying.
Wow.
I've gotten really good at fake crying. I don't know why it sounds concerning, but like I promise I'm okay. But over quarantine, I've gotten really good at fake crying, and like it's so easy to summon tears, right? Like fuck me, I'm actually making myself kind of sad.
Yeah, it was I'm actually really good at it too. Like the other day, I like stubbed my toe, and like I was in front of like my friend, and I was like, "Yo, wouldn't that be funny if I just like." I just cried because of like obviously I'm not like in that much like I was in pain, but like I like sucked it up, so I was like whatever, this is light shit. But it would be funny if I like like shed a tear for this, and then like I was like, yeah, I'm gonna push this out, and then I was so good at it, dude. I was so good, like the tears just started flowing like openly, and I said, I was like, you know what? I'm actually like that talented. I can go like all in. Just started weeping openly, like wet, sobbing, just ugly crying, right in front of like like a lot of.
You broke like, down in tears because you stubbed your toe.
Yeah, but like as a goof.
Was it a goof?
Yeah.
Stub your toe, man.
It was in front of my family on Zoom.
Oh man, that's sad. That's just a sad. I'm just picturing you crying uncontrollably in front of your family. Toe is swelling, jaws are agape. As
is Christmas tradition.
That's Christmas tradition. You stub your toe and cry in front of the family.
Okay, so here's the question.
Okay.
All right, this is the full question.
Do you need a fake name? Do you need a name?
Sure.
Guy or girl?
Jenkins. Okay.
I'd like to give a name.
Okay. Let's go. It's actually not here, so let's go with a gender neutral name.
Sam.
Wise Gamgee. All right, here's the question.
Sorry, what?
I see a lot of people do this. Even I do it sometimes. We extremely villainize the people we don't like. We don't like even when they're probably not. Sorry, I guess this is written a little too casually. I'm struggling here. We extremely villainize the people we don't like, even when they're probably not nearly as bad as we trying to make them out to be. Do you ever reflect on this? Why do you think we, as people, do this?
So, just to be clear, it's just funny hearing you read it like that. Just to be clear, we often villainize who?
Villainize people we don't like, even when they're probably not nearly as bad as we trying to make them out to be.
Got it.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? Because I don't know.
Well, I'm asking you for. Oh.
I mean,
well,
I don't know if we like. I don't know. Okay, I'll say I don't know if I villainize people I don't like. I will villainize people that I truly think are evil and like not good at all whatsoever. But I just don't know if I can necessarily relate to the situation. That's why I want to hear your thoughts. See if maybe I am doing something that I don't realize.
Well, I realized this recently. Well, I mean, I've known it for some time, but I guess I just thought about it recently. The first thing this made me think of is how I treat people in traffic. Mm-hmm. Like, everyone is not only dumb, but like also an asshole on the road, except for me. Like, I'm the one, and everyone's trying to get in the way of me. So like when people get slowed down and then they try and butt in front of me, I'm like, fuck you, man. Like, you don't deserve to be in front of me. Like, wait your goddamn turn. That's what I'm thinking in my head. And then and then when I get slowed down and I'm like, oh my god, I'm being slowed down here. Like, let me in. And then they don't let me in. I'm like, what the hell is wrong with these people? They're so selfish. Like, why won't they just let me in? So like that's how I act in traffic. And it's probably because I'm usually stressed. So, Jesus. Well, I can. No, I'm not even gonna say that. Yeah, like I think it's because I'm usually stressed because I'm like in a time constraint or something. So yeah. I'm usually like gunning it down like 150 kilometers on a school zone. Sorry, I just got a text.
Hold on.
Anyways,
forget the text. 150 in a school zone.
Oh, the text was just from my mom.
No, I don't care about the text. I never asked about the text.
No, I already told you the text. It's fine. Yeah. So,
no,
anyways,
you're gonna hit a child.
Hit it? No, that's not what my mom. What? No, it's just a text, bro.
This is so fucked.
You okay?
Yeah, I guess. Are you? I'm just making sure. I guess. I mean, I'm just worried.
Anyways, okay. Sorry. Back to my point. Like, I think, So I definitely do that, but and it's because I'm like disconnected from the actual people driving. Like they're just cars to me, kind of. That I like personalize. Versus
Right.
if I actually saw their faces and it wasn't in like a time constraint situation, I wouldn't feel that way. But
Right.
to build off that, I've also been challenging myself more because time and time again, I always remind myself that everyone thinks in anything they do, like they have their selves first for the most part. And everyone thinks they're the good guy and everyone else is either like on their side or the bad guy.
Right.
Even if they get a lot of like negative energy about the things they do, they're like, these people don't know me, or like these people are wrong, or these people don't understand what I'm going through, like whatever. There's always something, right?
Yeah.
So beyond that, I don't really have like I don't have an answer, which is why I was hoping to get your thoughts.
Yeah. I mean, so the first.
I mean, I do have an answer, but it's boring. So yeah.
I've spoken about my, I wouldn't call it road rage, but my anger that I manifest while driving. There are some really bad drivers where I live, in my defense, and as an amazing driver, I take offense to that. I don't know if I'm looking at the particular case of people that I don't like. The more I thought about it, I still don't think I've villainized them, but sometimes in my head I definitely do make it out to be maybe a bit worse in some cases. Or like I'll stage an argument in my head in the shower or something when someone really fucking has me going and like we haven't argued yet, but I fully anticipate it. And it's moments like that where I guess it's like, yeah, I guess I'm just kind of manifesting a toxic mindset towards this particular situation on my own before anything has even happened, which I guess is kind of unhealthy. But I don't know if I have an answer to it. Like, yeah, I guess I could stop doing that, but I really don't know if I have an answer.
Yeah,
I still don't even know if I know if there's a valid, like, or if there's like a really a question here, or if it's just something to think about. But
The question is, do you ever reflect on this?
yeah, I guess I just did, man.
Yeah, I forget this person's name, but it was Sam Wise Gamgee. Yeah, well, yeah. To answer Sam's question, I mean, the boring answer is it's just, I mean, it's human nature. We have certain like biases, like confirmation bias. Like everyone generally is out looking out for themselves, whether or not like you have like a strong sense of community and like helping others and working together and stuff. I mean, generally everyone puts themselves at least first in the line, even if there's a lot of other things that they work for, right?
Right.
So, I mean, that's just it, I guess. Like, people that get you in the way of the things that you got to do, well, you're doing the right thing. So, the people that get in the way of that are obviously bad.
Right. Right. No, definitely. Yeah. I mean, if they're directly impacting something you're trying to do, and maybe even like negatively impacting something you're trying to do to grow or whatever, like that is the type of thing that makes me dislike someone. I still wouldn't say I'm villainizing them. Maybe in some cases I do, sure, but that's when I like legitimately truly believe that they are just shitty people. That I guess I'll just leave it at that.
I would also say that I think a lot of it is if you have a lot of like negative energy in your life, you need to have a reason for it.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it just it's like not uncontrollable, but it's hard to live with without a reason, someone to blame, someone to work against, someone or something. Like you need a reason for all the like negative energy you're getting, and it's kind of natural to put that back out into the world. But I think if you've gotten a lot of like love and positive things going on in your life, then you probably wouldn't feel the urge to do that as much, because by probably I mean I've experienced that myself. Like as things have gotten better for me, like I just became naturally less resentful of people and things.
Right.
I just became more grateful.
Yeah.
So maybe we spent a lot of time on that when it was just I really just thought it was funny, like the way it was written.
Right.
Do you ever reflect on this? So you said you had a question.
I do, actually.
Which was interesting. So
Let me pull
We
that
can
up.
get to
actually.
that.
Yep. So,
So you're ill prepared, is what you're saying.
no, I wouldn't say I'm ill prepared. I would actually say I'm quite on the ball. What the fuck? Oh, dude! I have a question stashed back here that I was thinking of asking on the episode with Sid, but I thought, fuck it, I'll save it for when Daniel and I do a one-on-one, and I'm gonna ask it now.
Oh.
So it's not. I randomly just opened Reddit one day and saw this, and it wasn't in any of like the advice fucking subreddits that I go to for questions. It was on r/Jake and Amir.
Oh. I'm already less intrigued.
It's because of the fact that I think it can be applied to a lot
Okay.
of things. And
Sorry,
I found
I
it
didn't mean to be like a dick there.
No, it's cool. I'm
I was
totally
kidding.
used to it. You're 40. You're a grumpy old man. You constantly flirt with me and hit on me every time we hang out. I mean, what more would I expect?
You love it. You love it.
My boyfriend thinks
That's
Jake
what
and Amir is cringe. Should I just sit and take this time? Oh, wait. Should I just sit and take this poison? Or okay, it's just a reference at that point. Update, we broke up. Okay, Jesus Christ. I never saw the update the first time around. So, the boyfriend thinks Jake and Amir is cringe, and she was seriously contemplating like if it was worth being with him or not, because I guess at the end of the day, that's a big interest of hers that didn't line up. Now, I don't want to answer the questions particular in terms of Jake and Amir, more so in terms of just relative interests, but I found it really interesting that I saw that on my fucking home feed, given, you know, the fact that I guess we both are... we've dabbled in the Jake and Amir dimension, I would say. So I thought that was interesting.
Way too much, if you ask me. At least speaking for myself.
What kind of beer are you drinking?
It's actually a kombucha, dude.
That was a kombucha?
Yeah.
Fuck. Yeah, me
yeah,
too.
I'm pretty like healthy and like
Yeah,
just
same.
cool and yeah.
So you're not gonna drink it all tonight?
No, because I mean, generally, I'm just like a happy and content guy. Like I just have like a natural high on life.
Right,
just because I'm just boosted about
Six beers deep, 2 shots of vodka, and I'm gonna crack open some tequila when we're done here. That's how I'm spending my fucking night.
You're right.
No.
So what was this like? What was how? I know you said like it doesn't have to be Jake and Amir. So what is the specific question that you're seeking?
Like, let's just say
Samwise?
it's not Jake and Amir for you, but there's this not even like overall interest. There's just this, like this one thing that you're super interested in or passionate in. It could be a particular group or a comedian, or like influencer like Jake and Amir, or it could be, you know, an actual thing like the Chicago Bears or whatever. And your girlfriend or partner is just not into it whatsoever. Like, they think, to the point where they're not just not interested, but they think it's cringe. Like, they look down upon this thing that you are so deeply into and have been so deeply into. How do you go from there? How do you go on from there? What's the response? Like, is that grounds for termination for you?
So here's my thoughts. One is that, okay, I'll just go specifically with Jake and Amir. I feel like, honestly, I would take that and be like, yeah, I mean, it kind of, sort of is. I feel like with Jake and Amir, it's not, like, the amount of time I've spent consuming their content, like, they didn't deserve that. I went past the point of no return to the point where, like, I know them so well from their content, it's almost like they're friends to me that like I can kind of like keep up with,
Right.
And like, you know, I still enjoy like hearing from them and stuff, and I still think they're funny and shit, but it's not like they're not like making me crack up like so much every time. The fact that I always go back to them, it's just like, you know, you just get used to people,
Right.
and I've just gotten used to them over time. So if someone said that specifically about Jake and Amir, I'd be like, yeah, like it's kind of just I would relate it to like Star Wars. You know, like growing up watching
You're a big Star Wars guy?
When I was young, I was super fucking into Star Wars. Like every day at recess,
I
I'd be
not
like,
know this?
I'd go with my friends. We'd have a squad. Shout out fucking who's in the squad? I think probably the only one I'm still friends with is Steven Tran. So shout out Steven. He used to be on my squad. We'd go out recess, be like, we'd all have like a different name. You know, I'd be like the commander or something because I'm like fucking, you know, I'm like fucking chief. You know what I mean? Like
right,
chief
for sure,
chief
man.
energy.
Yeah.
I'm like
Chief
master.
energy?
Yeah. And then so I'd go out and we'd be like, go, like, all
Ladies
that
and
stuff.
gentlemen, thank you so much for
No, dude, I need to
sitting
talk about
through
Star
that
Wars more.
shit.
So, anyways, yeah. Point being, I was super into Star Wars for many years, and like now, like it's always like has a special place in my heart. But if I discovered it as an adult, I'd be like, okay, like cool.
Right.
You know, it's just not the same. There's a certain magic that you get when you like have consumed it at like an impressionable time. Anyways, what the hell am I saying? Okay, sorry, I had a lot more points than that.
No worries, yeah. Well, no, is there something like how deep you were into Star Wars or Jake and Amir at the time? Is there something that you're into similarly right now, for example, that would just be like, holy shit, what are you, why would you say this is cringe, or why would you say this is pathetic?
Yeah, I guess the only thing I can actually think of, because to be honest, I feel like lately I've been saying yes to a lot of things that are new and saying no to like a lot of my old
Give me
habits.
$1,000.
Why?
You said-
I see what you did there.
Yeah,
That's funny.
because it's...
Maybe
Don't
for-
say
in
it's
return.
funny and like not laugh even remotely, because that kind of hurts.
No, it was funny, man. No, that was really funny, man.
Dude,
Nice, dude.
what the fuck?
So, what was my point?
I don't know. No, you
No.
were gonna share. You're gonna share if there was something that would like, because you were like, oh, normally
So
I've been a
yeah,
yes
I was gonna
man.
say music, because I think something that's not gone away is like I still really like rap and R&B, and even sometimes I'll call myself on this. As far as like lyrical content and meaning wise, a lot of the music I consume and like gravitate to is not very deep and sometimes and often like superficial and so, a lot of times like immature, honestly. But you know, other music just kind of doesn't do it for me, right? So I think that would suck to not share the same music interests. And if she was like, this music fucking sucks, like that's cringe. That would
Right.
make me feel shitty.
Yeah, is that grounds for
Not
termination?
necessarily. I don't know, because I think going back to all the points I had originally when I went on the spiel, I think what I was gonna say is it's two different questions to be like your partner versus where I am now, which is I don't have that, and like what I'm looking for in a female is like not very. I'm not really asking for too much, kind of, to be honest. Like I'm just down to have a good time, and then I'm waiting for someone to be like so cool that they make me not
Want to have a good time anymore? I actually would like to be with you forever and have a bad time.
I'm down on one knee saying that. So yeah, I wouldn't really care if it was someone I'm like casually dating right now. If it was a partner, then it'd be like, damn, that sucks. Like,
Yeah,
that's always gonna be a thing for like, because I feel like with my music taste, it's as much as I can be open to new music and stuff, I always gravitate to the same stuff. So that's gonna be in my life forever.
Right. And I am asking in the context of, why does Sid always FaceTime me when we're doing a podcast, dude?
Dude, fuck that
Do I
guy.
fucking decline
man.
this fucker?
Dude, can I also say live on the podcast, and it doesn't even matter that I'm saying this, that I'm going to roast some people because they won't listen to it anyways.
Should I decline his call?
I mean, yeah.
Declined
obviously.
it. Go ahead. Get him, brother.
Nice. So, Sid has told me that he and people he's close to in his life
Yeah.
specifically only listen to the episodes that he's on.
Yeah,
And they
yeah,
haven't
yeah.
listened to anything else.
Yeah, he told us that.
So this is how dare him and all the rest of them
Yeah.
for that.
He fucking proudly messages us, oh, guys, I just listened to the podcast that we did for the 4th time in a row. Can't wait to be on again. And then I asked him, yo, did you fucking listen to, like, episode 28? We actually got into a really good conversation. You actually came up. He was like, nah, man, actually, I don't listen to the ones I'm not on.
And not only that, he'll listen to the ones he's on like multiple
So many times, yeah. Dude, get over yourself. You know what I mean? Fuck this guy. You know what? He's not listening. Take your hat
Yeah.
and fucking throw it away, dude. That's an old hat.
Oh, like you're just giving him good advice, I guess.
Yeah. And then actually stop being my friend.
Wow. So you're right, man.
Yeah, man. I guess we'll just fucking tackle a question and get the fuck out of here.
Okay. No, but you didn't. Well, you didn't have a response. So
Oh.
I spieled a lot of spiels. I want to know what you think.
You
Not
didn't
only I don't know. I want to know not only what you think about my spiels, but about I want you to spiel.
Right. Okay. And actually,
And use the word spiel as much as
I'd
as
actually
much
like
as you
to
see
not. I think
fit.
I think you've used our max amount of spiels per episode.
You're a schmuck for that.
Just to call someone else out live on the episode. Encore, if you're listening, man, dig deep and try to find where your heart is. Because I've now messaged you 6 times in a row asking you to go downstairs to grab me a Corona so I don't have to pause the recording, and you still haven't. And I know you listen. I hear you listening to these
Maybe
episodes.
in his heart, he wants you to stop drinking because he thinks you're going overboard.
Okay, but I'm going to grab another one the second we stop recording. So, like, he's just delaying the inevitable.
This is exactly what an alcoholic says.
No, I'm not an alcoholic. Come on. I don't drink that much. So I've gotten 4 out of my 6 grades back.
Oh yeah, and
A minus.
ooh,
A minus.
ooh,
A minus.
ooh.
A minus.
Oh really?
Yeah, all 4 are A
Fuck
minuses.
yeah.
Yeah, so now I'm just
Nice,
waiting
man.
on 2 more. One of them I do anticipate I did really well, and the other one, you know,
A
if I don't-
minus,
If I don't
you
make
could say.
Dean's list. Anyways, if she found the Bears cringe, you get the fuck out of my house. That's what I would have to say. I don't know. I mean, I would say the only thing that I'm like overly passionate about is football / the Bears. If you know me, you know how into that stuff I am. If you have no interest in football, no interest in the Bears, football's stupid to you, you can't get into it, the rules are too complicated, the games take too long, you'd rather just sit down and fucking watch Netflix or go out and shop or hang out with friends on a Sunday rather than fucking stay glued to your seat and watch football all day? Yeah, that's fair. I get it. It's not for everyone. But if you think my, like, passion for football, like the same way this person's, like, love for Jake Namir was found cringe. Like, if my love for football and, like,
Yeah.
my, like, routine of 1 to 11:30, I'm watching football on a Sunday, like, if that's cringe to you or, like, that's not it for you, for a partner of the future, I just simply don't see how this works. Because when we get married, this is still what I'm going to do every Sunday. If
Well,
you
that's-
ask
yeah.
for our marriage to be on a Sunday, if our marriage is anywhere in the range of 1 p.m. to 11:30 p.m., I'm gonna be on the couch watching the game. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna be watching the game, sweetheart. Why don't you go take care of the kids, honey? That is.
I would actually help her with the kids. She's my wife. That's my goddamn wife, and that's actually that's my child you're talking about, you piece of shit.
Your wife is your child?
No, 2 separate entities, but you
You said no.
dude, grow up.
No, I didn't. I didn't say it. I didn't say it.
What do you think about that, though? You think that's
yeah,
ridiculous
no,
of me? Like, that's kind of a deal breaker.
No, I agree because I actually it put me it made me realize how sweet you are. No, because at that point it's something. It's not like she thinks something is cringe. It's you. Like I'm passionate about this thing, and that's not changing. And if she thinks something that you're passionate about, or like
Right.
the fact that you're passionate about it, if that's cringe to her, then it really just means like she doesn't like something about you that's not going to change. And then it's like, well, you kind of just don't like that part of me.
Exactly. And
So
that's the thing.
that's hurtful, and that is maybe a deal breaker.
A deal breaker. I think it's a deal breaker. If she simply just doesn't like it, that is perfectly okay with me. But if you find that like interest stupid, I think I'm calling the police unless you're out in like 5 minutes. Pack your bags. I'm sorry, sweetheart, but this is going nowhere. You're 40 for one, okay? And for 2, you just
Why do I
call.
feel this is aimed at me?
No, it's not aimed at anyone in particular.
I love that you love football, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
You want to like catch a game next weekend?
No, I think it's stupid. Personally, I think it's cringe. But why don't you sit down, have a fucking beer or 6 or 12, and I'll take care of the kids.
You know what? I know
Master.
you're doing a bit, but that okay, fuck you for that last part. I know you're doing a bit, but that got me thinking, like, what if she thought it was cringe, but at the same time, like, was fully supportive and was like, hey, whatever. Like,
Well, that's the thing, is that she can hate it.
she can hate the
and
sport,
think
but
it's
just
stupid.
don't think
Yeah.
I'm stupid. Yeah.
Yeah, but if she's like, I fucking hate that you watch
Right.
like sports, is such a waste of time.
Exactly.
It's
Exactly.
kind of like,
I agree. Yeah.
well, shit, like, let me live, let me be
like,
myself.
Kunal, your love for football is so stupid and cringe. And it's like, oh, you're stupid and cringe. How'd that feel? Yeah.
Start making out with a football. What if your wife? What if your future to be hated the fact that you drank?
Whoa. I mean, surely she's okay with moderation.
No, but like, okay, what if she was like, well, yeah, that's better, but like, I don't really think you should be drinking. Like, it's still bad for you.
I'll be like,
And you know, like, I care about your health. Like, I don't know
absolutely.
why
And you know what?
do that.
I love you for thinking about you know, the long-term effects and whatnot. And you're absolutely right. I just think that, you know, as much as I appreciate where you're coming at from this, I just feel like, you know, maybe a beer on the weekend or like maybe a couple drinks on the weekend is okay. And you know, I don't think that there's any, you know, obviously there will be some health effects.
Do a line with me
I love you.
off our kid's head. Jesus Christ! Now let's. I think that's about time. We end the episode.
The fuck? That is the intro. That's got to be the intro, right?
No, I'm the host and I'm the editor. And
Wow,
it's
yeah, this
gonna
really is
be-
your episode,
Yeah, it is.
Master.
And we're using a new whole new recording software, so no more Craig. Honestly,
Hey.
I'm gonna miss Craig's dumbass. Honestly.
I'm not. Actually, after the shit he's put me through the last 3 episodes I've edited, fuck that guy.
It was kind of fun though.
Was it?
I don't
Was
know.
it kind of fun?
I don't know.
Hey, you know what? I'm you know, we haven't really done this yet, so this would be an on-ep decision. Today's December 29th, so we'd be a little short on time, but do we also start 2021 with a new intro and outro song, or is that too fucking wild?
I was thinking about that, but I don't know what it would be, so it seemed a little.
It would have to be us on the track, right?
Yeah. I mean, we could just splice some shit together. Like some highlights sort of thing, and then.
Right.
So we could do that.
I'm down. I'm fully prepared to make this ours, brother.
Yeah, I might just, I might just like chill 2021, honestly.
In regards to the podcast, like, what does that mean?
Like,
What do you mean, like, chill?
not do it.
You're kind of fucking springing. Are you at least gonna edit this episode? Like, you're springing this all on me at once.
All right, guys, thanks for listening. We're glad to be back 2021. Like, I might,
Yeah.
I might peace out, honestly, for the rest of time.
You'll have to. Get
But yeah, no, it was cool. It was kosher. It was
right.
I'd like to say salut,
Just please give me like a heads up,
l'chaim,
and I would appreciate like, you know, some notice.
and what's that dumb shit you say at every episode? At the end of it, you say,
dumb
guys,
shit?
if you have feedback or questions, you know, DM us at imrt.podcast on Instagram, or you can email us anonymously or otherwise at dan.and.canal@gmail.com.
How dare you, say
Brother.
that dumb shit?
You got any last words?
I guess I do.
In technically 2020, but for 2021ers.
Yeah, man, that's fucking crazy. Well, in the context of 2020,
Nice.
in the context of 2020, to everyone who made this podcast special, to everyone who listened, to everyone who actually took the time out to, for some reason, not actually just give us the courtesy listens of the first 3 episodes, but continue to listen week after week, send us feedback, give us those random messages, send us screenshots of us being your top listened to podcast in 2020, which is just insane to comprehend. Thank you for making this pretty fucking awesome. It's already awesome in the fact that we're doing it.
Hell
Thank
yeah.
you for just continuing to validate that, I guess, and just continuing to remind us why this is awesome and why what we're doing is fantastic. And in the context of 2021, I just look forward to continuing this with not only all of you, but my 40-year-old co-host over here.
Thank you, brother. I'm actually
Jesus.
tearing up a little
Dude,
bit.
You're
for that.
okay. See, this is like when you stubbed your toe.
No, it's a goof though.
No, you
I'm just
cry.
goofing.
No, you cry like a lot, man. Like you cried too much. We got on a Zoom call to
Do you
surprise
think it's
Scott,
funny,
and
though?
you started crying.
Do you think it's funny though?
That you cry? I think
That
it's
I'm-
sad.
But I'm like, do you think I'm a good actor though? Because like,
I think you were a good actor if this was fake, but this is so clearly real. You're hyperventilating borderline. Let's end the episode, man.
I also just want to echo everything that Kunal said.
I already said it.
I feel. Well, so I said like echo.
Okay, yeah.
Because like I can't say it.
Good point,
Yeah. But yeah, anyone that had this on their Spotify, top podcast, like holy, you are a real
Right,
one
man.
to me
Holy
forever.
shit.
That's incredible. Even if you gave it a listen only a couple times, whatever. Really appreciate it. Love you guys. Yeah, this is like really fun for us. So I'm glad there's other people enjoying it too. Yeah, love when people have also given us feedback or responded to things and been a part of the show too. It's always super fun.
Submitted questions, and like today, submitted that response to that question. This is all good stuff. This is what we live
Good
for.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So appreciate y'all. Glad to be back 2021. And we'll see you later.
You're 20, by the way, right? Guys, thank you so much for listening to the I'm Here Griffiths podcast. We will see you next week for yet another episode.
Oh, this is the last time I'm here.